Hey, Ice Cat fans. Thanks for viewing this latest video from the Roar Report. Today, I am joined by a very special guest. For any of you who are old Pee Dee Pride fans, you will immediately recognize Mr. Allan Sirois. He has graciously taken some time out of his day to do an interview with us. So, Allan, welcome to the interview. I'm happy to have you today.
Thank you for having me.
So, we have a lot of new hockey fans here in the PD now that we've got the Ice
Hmm.
Cats. A lot of folks,
Right.
including myself, remember the Pride from back in the 90s, early 2000s. But a lot of them aren't familiar with you. Tell us a bit about yourself and about who the PD Pride were.
I'm a French Canadian, originally from born and raised in Quebec. Worked my way through hockey and ended up signing a contract with the St. Louis Blues, which got me in the minor leagues for the first couple of years, and then the third year I was a free agent and ended up signing with, which I didn't know Pee Dee was an area, because I remember signing with Pee Dee and I looking at the map and go, where is
What is
Pee
this?
Dee? And then I had to call Jack Capuano back at the time, and he says it's Florence, South Carolina. I said, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
That's how I end up. I end up here in South Carolina.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you. So I know when you were here with the Pride, very, very popular with the fans, including myself. All enjoyed watching you play for the several years you were here. But it's been about 20 years, roughly, give or take, since the Pride wrapped up in the PD and brings us to where we are today. In that
Right.
amount of time, where has life taken you? What have you been doing since then?
So after the Pride, so I end up playing in Greenville for a year, then end up in the SPHL, which now the Ice Cats are in, for 3 seasons. So I ended up retiring. I was 34. That was in '09, '08, '09 season. I got a small job after that because real life starts. So
Right.
I got a small job at a golf course to kind of just get things going a little bit. I didn't really know which way I was going to go. Ryan Betts, which was also a Pride guy,
Mhm.
was working with this company in Colombia. Back then, they were called Budweiser of Colombia. They
Yep.
became KW Beverage, and now we are Southern Crown partners. But he told
Yep.
me, he said, "Listen, just come over here. This is a good job, good company." Because I didn't know avenue to go anywhere, and Ryan and I were good friends, and I said, you know what, let me check that option, and we end up moving here, and I got the job, and I've been at the same company for 16 years now. And then added to that, I now coach the USC Gamecock club hockey team for the last 11 years as well.
All right. Very nice. And
Mhm.
if I recall correctly, they just won their championship this past season. Is that did I recall that correctly?
No, so we won our so we have two teams. So we
Okay.
won ours 3 years ago,
3 years ago.
and then and the year right after that was the D3 team won as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. That's what it was. Okay.
2 years ago. Hmm.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So have seen some success there, which is really great that you're able to continue your passion for hockey even here,
Hmm.
even though you're in the southeast where rinks are fairly hard to come by. So glad to hear.
Hard to find. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had quite a stint with the Pride when you played with them. What made your time with that team uniquely meaningful to you?
I mean, there's a lot. Obviously,
Yeah.
it brought me down south, and I came here as a single man and ended up meeting Christy. And my daughter was born in Florence, but I was there for
Oh,
7 out of 8 years. I knew everyone in
yeah.
town. The people were so great, fans were so great, always helpful. It was just a great time, and I was easy to sign. You'd go back from year to year, and I didn't have an agent. I would just sit down with Jack and go, how was the season? What do you think about money wise, this and that, and whatever. And it was very
Right.
simple. I mean, I love playing here. The arena fit my game.
Yeah.
The fans, I love the fans. Obviously, Christy is from Lake City, South Carolina, so tons of family around. That helped a
Yeah.
lot too. With
That does.
Alexa was a young daughter at the time.
Oh, yes.
Grandparents were awesome with helping, and um, cousins and nephews, and I mean, there's a ton of people around that were family members. So it was very easy for me to stay back, and I love playing here because I had offers in Europe, and there's always
Mm.
other places that you could want to see, but when you're comfortable and you love where you're at, I mean, why not? So it was easy for me to stay and come back every year.
Yeah, wonderful. And I don't think that I'd really done the math to realize that you did. You played for 7 out of the 8 seasons with the Pride.
Yep,
So,
yep, yep,
yeah, wow, very
yep.
good, very good. So, kind of piggybacking a little bit off of your time with the Pride, how and thinking back over that team and well, and I guess the several teams that played with the Pride, how would you
Mhm.
describe their identity? And then dovetailing off of that, what traits do you see from current fans and players that are similar from your time with the Pride?
So back then, especially my first year, we were extremely strong. We were what do you call a run and gun offense?
Yep.
I mean, we were going. I mean, we just scored a lot of goals, a lot of goals. We had two great goaltenders. We were tough. We had toughness all over the place.
Right.
And it's I tell the younger guys because when I went to Texas towards the end of my career to help with the playoffs, there was a team meeting because the team wasn't doing well towards the end of the year and going into the playoffs. And they asked me, they go, "Hey, you've been around a long time. What do you think about all this?" And kind of put your 2 cents into it. And I said, "Well, I remember being in Pee Dee. I was 23 years old, and we lost in the third round to Mississippi,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't have. This is the year we should have won everything." And
Right.
I remember sitting there, and go, "You know what, boys? We'll get back into it. We'll get back."
Yep.
Nope. We never had a prayer again. That's just the furthest we've been. So my message to them was, you know what, don't take nothing for granted, day by day and game by game, and really utilize all you got to do the best of it at that time. Don't hope,
Right.
don't wait. It's right here in front of you. Take advantage of it now. That was the big thing that I had message for, and that was the identity we had in the first year. Was really is we were so tough and fast and strong, and we had everything. I mean, we really did. As we went through the years, we've had teams that were pretty good. We had a couple that weren't as strong at all, and you already knew kind of ahead of time. A lot of transactions,
Yeah.
and what hurt with the fans was the people moving, getting traded. People liked their certain players, and they wanted to stay. That
Right.
was the big part, and we had a good nucleus of players that stayed for a long time. The Geronazzo, Pets, Bennett only played 1 year, but he was well loved. Sandy Allen,
Oh, yeah.
Gowdy, Bousquet. I hope I don't miss anybody, but
We'll cut you some
Chris
slack.
Lipset was only there for a short amount. Yes, there's so many guys. So many
Oh,
guys
yeah.
stood through the years, and when you talk about identity, I think that was a big part of it. It was we were called the Pride, and we were proud. We were proud to play in front of fans we had. We were proud of the city, the people,
Yeah.
because they were so great. I mean, we got so much. I mean, we got so much from the fans and so much help, and it was an amazing time. And really, I think it was at that time. I remember talking in the locker room a lot of times with Jack too. He's just, telling the guys, look at these fans. It's packed. I mean, they're here. They're there. They
Yeah.
love us. They're here to. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. They come back the next game, and
Right.
just do all you can to. You can't win all the games. You just can't. But
Right.
the effort is the thing you can control. So don't worry about anything else. Just worry about what you can control, and that's what we usually try to do.
Yeah. And I really appreciate you here sharing that about the fans and about the area because that's one thing in the time that we've had the Ice Cats here, and as I've gotten to know some of the players that came through this past season, it's very interesting to hear you say that because those are the same things that they were sharing. It's like the fan
Mm-hmm.
support here is incredible. We love Florence,
Right.
especially if you're from if you're from the Northeast or you're from Canada. It's like, hey, it actually stays above freezing. This is wonderful. Like I can go
Right.
play golf. Like
Right.
they
Right.
love that.
Right.
So that's it's that's very I think that's also very good for new hockey fans, Ice Cat fans to hear because that goes to further underscore just what this region has to offer. And the Pee Dee, like you said at the beginning, when you first signed, you're like, what is a Pee Dee? Where is that? And you're like, okay, it's Florence.
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's not a very assuming area. It's a very, and I've lived
Right.
here my entire life. We're not, no, we, there's just not a lot that puts us on the map in a lot of cases. But when you get here,
Mm-hmm.
it's just home. People are very
Right.
welcoming. They're very kind. Um, And it's one of those that even if you had not heard of it before, I feel like once you're here, you'll remember it. You'll never forget. And hopefully for
Right.
the right reasons.
Uh,
So,
welcoming is a great word you just used. Welcoming
yeah,
is it was a big one. It was a big one for everybody, and a lot of guys stayed all year round for that reason.
I heard
Got
that.
jobs in
Yeah.
the summer, and they were like, you know what, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna golf and work during the week and get trained, get ready for the next season. And I mean,
Yeah.
it was multiple of us that done that for years. And then when the new deal came in with the East Coast Hockey League at the time, that's when all the guys kind of left. It was when they
Mm,
start cutting back on the pay and how people could structure your contract. And there was a lot of because East Coast Hockey League wanted to be part of the NHL and to
right.
feeding guys up there, and they felt like they should get away from the older guys that kind of just are not going to go up. Like they're just going to play in the East Coast Hockey League,
Right.
finish their career there, and be done with it. So because they try to get away from that, they change. That's when the PHPA got involved and with the league and the owners, and it hurt. It hurt, and that's the reason why Pee Dee left. I mean, at that time, the fan base was down quite a bit, and all the
Yeah.
guys that were well known and liked were gone. So that was all part of it, which is really sad in a way.
That is sad. That is sad. And that's something too that um one thing I think it's, and I know I'm kind of going off script from what I'd originally said for questions, but this is a
Uh,
point that I think is good for a lot of us, our fans to know. And this is something that I remember saying from the beginning is, it's with minor league hockey, and minor league sports in general, there's going to be a lot of
mm,
change. You're not going to see the same team year in and year out. It's not
right,
going to be the same as higher level leagues. And that's just something
right,
that we as fans need to be prepared for and okay with, is that
mm,
you it's okay to get attached to some of the players, but the the consistency that the Pride saw for a while there with a lot of the players is more of an anomaly now in a lot of ways with
mm,
all changes that we see. And
right,
it's important for the fans to support the team and to be there for the team, regardless of who's playing. And
right,
and just to know it's okay to get attached to the players and to love on them, but realize that they're probably going to move on the next season. And in a lot of cases, we want them to move up, obviously. Like Alexander
right,
Legg,
right.
incredibly happy for him. I mean, hate that he's not going to be here
Oh,
next
it's amazing.
season, but
Oh yeah,
so
amazing.
happy for him.
That's great. Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. Yep.
All right, so stepping away from the history a little bit, take us through a day in the life of a hockey player. I know even right before this interview, you mentioned you just got finished playing hockey just this afternoon. So for a lot of
That
us,
is.
we're used to football, we're used to baseball. We kind of know the gear and everything that goes into that. You can suit up a little bit, hop on the field. Not a lot of us around here are familiar with hockey and what goes into that. So, what does a day in the life of a hockey player look like, and what goes into a day of preparation for them?
So I can talk about when it's just a regular day of practice, that type of stuff, and
Yeah.
also going to talk about a game day, which is a lot different.
Yes.
Practice is pretty much most of us would get up 8:30 in the morning, get a coffee, head to the rink, get there about an hour before, stretch, warm up, get ready for practice. Practice is usually at 10.
Mhm.
Usually lasts about an hour and a half, all depending. Um, how hard it was, how bad we were, and if we need to be taught a lesson or anything, or
All
if
right.
you later in the year, you might skate 25, 30 minutes, kind of, because there's so many games.
Sure.
I mean, we play 72 games, 3 games a week. You just eventually you run out of gas, and
You get beat up.
so because
Yeah.
of that, it'll be like 30 minutes, 25 minutes. It's just kind of, and some of the older guys, maybe some of the better players, they won't even go on the ice at all. They'll be optional type thing.
Yeah.
But that's later in the year. But really after that, usually guys get lunch, and if we don't have a workout, we'll go play golf, and then do it again the next day. That'd be a regular Monday through Thursday. And now
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday comes. Now it's a game day. So game day, we skate in the morning, but it's very light. It's just little flow drills, a few shots, get a little sweat, and then move on. And then most of them will get a big old spaghetti, chicken parm, big old meal, take a big nap, and then
Yep.
head to the rink about 2 to 2.5 hours prior, depending of who you are and how much time you need. Injured guys, or we had trainers, we had all kind of people to help us out,
Mhm.
massage therapists and all that, and it's all depending on that. But that comes into because at the end of the day, you got to get your body ready to. It's a job. I mean, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's a job. You have to perform to keep your job and to keep your salary coming in and feeding your family. So
Exactly. Yeah.
um, but everybody prepares this different. Some guys like Ryan Petz, I remember he could have got there 2 minutes before the game and you've been just fine. Like he didn't need to do much. Which I was a 2.5 hour guy, taping my sticks over and over and over. They always make fun of the fact that the knob I have on my stick is really big. Drink coffee, drink Gatorade, and just kind of walk around and chit chat. Look at the stats. I was a big stats guy because they'd give you a
Really?
little booklet with a bunch of stats from the league. I mean, tons of stats, and I would read
Yeah.
literally the whole thing. I just yeah, that was my routine. I just loved that.
Yeah.
And when my daughter was born, I put her name on my stick, and that was a little routine I had. I always would put her initial on my stick, and just little things. Everybody's got a little, and we're a little funky about the way we do things. We do things over and over, and
Yeah.
I got a big, I would say a bad rap, but I was told before that I need to stay for the whole entire national anthem. So my my situation at the time is I like to leave slightly early towards the end, and I would always bang my shin pads twice, go around, hit the net twice, and do the lap as the song is finishing. That was my thing. And after a while, they kind of, I guess, somebody got offended, which I understand. I wasn't mad about it. I just changed my routine a little bit, but that was my routine. That was my thing. Everybody's got one. Goalies are weird. They'll do some stuff with their post, and
Yes, they are.
I mean, everyone's got their little. But a preparation for a game is this. It's pretty special for each of us, but most of us
Yeah.
have the same kind of routine with the lunch and the nap and then come in about a couple hours prior to the game. So you have plenty of time to get everything that you need done and especially physically, and then your sticks and the equipment and all that stuff. So it gets you to skate sharp and all that stuff. So yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And that's something that I have read before about the routines before games. I've heard before the routines before games. That is very important. And it can seem quirky, it can seem kind of odd, but let's be honest,
Mm-hmm.
even those of us who aren't hockey players, we've got our rituals, we've got our things that we have to do before something
Right.
important. So, but
Right.
I have heard that's a very big part of it. So, thank you for giving us
It,
that
it is,
little
and it's
insight.
repetitive. It's repetitive. You
Yeah.
see, and you get some. You've heard stories of guys from the NHL that go easy. You can't touch their stuff, and you touch their stuff,
Yeah.
they will lose it. You don't just
Yeah.
they leave that glove there, and I mean, I've heard stories. It's
Oh,
just
I bet.
it's strange, but it is what it is. Just leave him
Yeah,
alone. If he's got to do this to play well, just leave him alone. Let him do it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So, well, moving on a little bit more into the Ice Cats and their identity and where they're hitting. Um, and then it's still tying it back to your time with the Pride. Any Ice Cats fan knows that we already are, even though we're moving into another league, we are bringing an established rivalry with us with the Athens Rock Lobsters. We
Right.
played them outside of the playoffs. The Ice Cats played them 25% of their entire schedule last season.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
that many games, that much familiarity, you're going to have a rivalry, especially when you're only about 3 hours or so away
Oh
from
yeah.
3 or 4 hours away from your rival. So thinking back to
Right.
your time with the Pride, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which opponent did you enjoy facing with the Pride, and what made those matchups stand out to you?
That's very easy.
I thought it would be.
South South Carolina Stingrays.
Yes.
You don't get better than that. I mean,
That's
those
right.
were packed houses. And back then, their core and our core were pretty much the same. And it's funny. I got plenty of stories after this about how I met. I met Concannon, Bednar, Trevor Johnson. Trevor Johnson's the guy I fought twice. Played with him in a men's league tournament. Very great guy. Same with
Yeah.
Concan. I never liked Concan at all. Zero. I mean, I had no. I did not like that guy. Well, come to find out, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
So we played the same line in a men's league tournament, and he's actually a pretty nice guy. So,
Worked out all right.
um, but, but yeah, those games were intense,
Yeah.
full of fights. I mean, there was always, we had Gowdy, they had Tardif. There was that whole sequence there where Gowdy got suspended for multiple games. The goalies, a funny story. Christy and I were down in Florida I was the PHBA rep for our team,
Hmm.
and she ran into Curtin Dobbinspec, the goalie for Charleston.
Yeah.
And after she talked to him, she said, "Who is this?" I said, "That's Kirk Dobbinspec for Charleston." She said, "No, it's not." I go, "Yeah, it is." She couldn't believe how nice he was. because she only sees him on the ice.
Right.
I said, well, hockey players are just a different breed. I
Yes.
can't tell you how many tough guys that we've met. You meet them outside the ice, you'd be like, this is the nicest person I've ever met.
Right.
And you go see him on the ice, you go, he's an animal. And it's just, and,
Yeah.
and it's just the difference between the two. We're able to separate, and I think we do well in sales. I'm in sales now, so was Ryan, and I think
Mhm.
we do well in sales too because we're able to separate. Like Ryan was my boss,
Right.
and even
Yeah.
though we're really good friends, he's got a job to do. I got a job to do. He's my boss. I got to listen and
Mhm.
follow. I didn't listen all the time, but most of the time I listened to him. And it was just we're able to separate the two. You're able to separate like we only because I mean sometimes you play games, you end up having a beer with the guy that you just battled with,
Yep.
But then the next time you'll do it again, and it won't be
That's
an
right.
issue because
Yep.
this is hockey and this is life. It's
Yeah.
different. So
And you can separate.
but yeah,
Yeah.
Charleston, that was those games we played. I mean, we played them 12 times a year. I mean, that's a lot.
Yes, that is. Yes,
Played
that
them
is.
12 times, Greenville 12 times, and Columbia 12 times. 36 games in the state. This one we had the state had 4 teams. That's crazy.
That's
That's
right.
crazy.
Because there was the Inferno
It
there
was
for a
awesome.
while as well. That's right.
Uh huh. If I
Yep.
was there for 6, 7 years,
Yep.
um, maybe even more. I can't really remember. And in Greenville, now it's back.
Mhm.
But when we had 4 teams, yeah, we played literally exactly half of our games were in the state.
I don't think I made that
36
connection
out of
before.
72 games
Yeah.
were in the state.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't like each other. We didn't like each other
No.
at
I
all.
was going to say it's one thing to have one or two rivals, but to have three all in the same state, that's
Right, right.
yeah,
That's a
that's
lot.
significant. It is.
That's a lot.
It is. Right. So you mentioned earlier in the interview that you work with the USC club hockey team. What
Yes.
strengths do you see Coach Bernard, who recently was just announced coach for the Ice Cats, who's a coach with heavy collegiate experience? What strengths do you see him bringing to the team?
Well, so he's well known by Matt Reed as well. So me and Matt talk a lot because
Ah,
Matt is up in the coaches juniors,
yeah.
junior hockey in Charleston. Just brought in Eric Cole, Stanley Cup champion, to also coach the NCDC team they're going to have now. So yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing. I went down there for their tryouts, just to kind of help out, and it was great
Mhm.
to talk to them and kind of see the players. And some of these players lined up with my team at some point if they want to go to college. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Coach Bernard is going to be great. I think
Good.
he's young mounted. What I mean by that is the game has changed, so you got to be able
Yeah.
to adapt with the game of today. The game that we played when I was with the Pride doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of the fundamentals are the same, but these guys skate way better, and puck possession has become the big thing. Small area games, being able to win battles in a small area.
Mhm.
Dump and chase doesn't exist anymore. That just doesn't.
Yeah.
You can use a dump as a play to actually get offensive power, but keeping the puck possession is huge.
Yeah.
And I think Coach Bernard would be great with that. And then in college, obviously, there's a lot of that puck possession and the way you play as a team has changed. I see him being very successful.
Yeah. Wonderful. And that's good to hear. I mean, and I have and I noticed he was at SUNY Potsdam for 15, 17
Mm-hmm.
years. I can't recall. But for
Yep.
someone to have that much time, is, that is excellent to hear that.
Right.
And to see that
Right.
he has that
You
same
can't buy
longevity.
experience. You can't
Right.
buy experience. You have it or you don't. So,
Yes.
yep, that's a great thing. That's a great thing for the Ice Scouts. Yes.
Good. So I know we're coming up close on time here, but I did have a few more questions to run by you, and this is specifically
Okay.
a little bit more personal and your relationship to the team, or both of the Ice Cats and the Pride. So I know
Mm-hmm.
you've been to some Ice Cats games. What's your
Mm-hmm.
favorite part about attending games at the Florence Center? It's not the Civic Center anymore, the Florence Center now.
Right. Well, a big part is the fans, obviously, because a lot of these fans are now, when they were little kids, when I was there, are now coming in with their kids, right?
Yep, that's
So
me. Exactly.
you understand
Yes.
that. So that's great to see that you get to see them and interact with them, and it's great. And the fans are so supportive, and the crowds have been amazing. But
Yes.
going to a hockey game to me, I mean, this kind of brings me back of those times when I was there. But in general, going to a hockey game is just the atmosphere of a hockey game, and then like when it starts, I'm just glued onto it. Like it's just
There's nothing
I
like
have
it.
to watch every play, analyze everything. It is there's no other sports like it
No.
live. This is the best sport in the world by far.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest fun part for me. And I'm gonna go to more next year. Jan Vadroska lives in Florence, so I always have a place to
Yes.
stay. So
Right.
I'm
Absolutely.
gonna I'm kind of hooked up every time, so that's good for me. So, but so I'll see some more Ice Scouts game next year for sure.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We'll definitely keep an eye out. Definitely keep an eye out for you.
Right.
So, taking a little bit of a different turn here, and this is actually a question that I know some of these, anyone watching, some of these are questions that I curated from a post that I put out last week on Facebook. So, someone mentioned, what's the funniest or most unforgettable game day moment you experienced with the Pride?
Well, I have a couple. Um,
I'll take two.
this one, you'll yeah. So till this day, Jack Capuano will deny that he's done that. Till this day, because we had that conversation before. But
All right.
we're playing at home, and I told you about the first year. Our team was really really
Really
tough,
good.
like
Right.
really tough. I
Yeah.
mean, I could throw them here and there, but I was not there to do that. I was there to score.
Right.
But I could defend myself. I was a big fella. I could defend myself. So I mean, I wasn't very good at fighting, but I could defend myself. Well, this one game, Brown Gowdy gets beat up pretty bad by the opponent team, which was Charlotte at the time, by this big guy, and I forgot his name now, but and Cappy was fuming. His face was red, it beat red. He was fuming, and he did not like that because the fans were not happy and blah blah blah.
Right.
So he decides to send me to go fight someone. And he will deny this till today. He said, "No, I never done that." Yeah, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You tapped me on the shoulder and you said, "Go fight it."
Go get
And
him.
he sends
Yeah.
me to fight another French guy, which I didn't know much at the time.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, "What?" Like I look back, I go, "Me?"
Right.
Like, like we got Vadroska right there. You got Bennett right there. I mean, you got a list of people before me.
Right. Right.
All right, but I'm team guy. Let's go. So I get out there and get to the face off, and the guy's French, right? So I tell him in French, I go, "Hey, we got to go." He's laughing. I go, "No, no, I'm not
I've
laughing.
got
We got to
orders.
go.
Yeah.
I was told to go. We got to go."
That's right.
I tried to give him a little warning.
Yeah.
And so when the other guy beat Gowdy, he was raising the roof after. That's what made Cappy so mad. The place was
Yeah.
packed.
No.
So I got on him, ended up beating him up, whatever. Got up and did the roof thing like this, and the place just
Oh.
exploded.
Oh, I can
So
imagine. Oh, yeah.
that was a pretty great feeling. But
That's
till this
awesome.
day, I'm telling you, I had a conversation with him. He said, "No, that never happened."
He didn't want
I
to,
know
yeah.
it did. I know it did. I know it did.
Something
But
like
it's
that,
just
man.
I thought it was a good little one. But my second one is, and you'll love this one too. So
Yeah.
me and Danny Bousquet played together I think it's 4 years, I believe, maybe three. I think it's four.
Okay.
And we had this little plays we did, and we used French only, so nobody could understand what we're talking
Excellent.
about.
Right.
Well, that's what we thought anyway. So we get this play where I put myself towards the front of the net, and he's there. And what he does is he chips the puck through the center,
Hmm.
and he just sends it back post, and all I got to do is tap it in
Yeah.
because nobody knows that's happening. It's too quick.
Yeah.
So as he's saying this to me in French, there's a guy in the back end that English name, no clue that he could speak French. Well, he
Right.
responds to us, and we both look at each other. Abort, abort. Yeah, we ain't
No.
doing that. Just regular play, regular play. And
Right.
then, yeah, that was one of it
That's
that we got caught.
hilarious.
So we're like, all right. So I told him, I said, we need to do our diligence and start looking at those people and see their
That's right.
background.
The
The people
stats,
in
yeah,
French
that's
community.
right.
So, we got caught. We got caught. So
That's great. That's probably where you started looking at the stats after that. You're like, all right, where's this guy from? Where was he born?
right,
Like,
right.
yeah.
Because if he's from like Ontario, like on the border, that means he
Right.
speaks both. Because
Yep.
That's Dan Fresnell's situation. He's born on the
So we're
border.
not.
His whole family was French, but he was in an English community. So both were speaking of the house. So they're
Right.
bilingual real early. So
That's
it's
great.
just something you don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah.
exactly. Exactly. All right. So I had one more question to run by you. And this is really just kind of to wrap things up. But what message would you share with the new generation of PD hockey fans? What would you want to to share with new ice, well, yeah, with ice cap fans who are new to the sport, following along for the first time? What would you like to share?
I think it would be mostly to enjoy the team, enjoy the players, be respectful, but really enjoy the game itself.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be wins. It's not always going to be, but all you can ask from those guys is effort. And I think that's what I ask myself as a coach. It's effort. You're not going to always, there's no way. This game is too hard. There's too many good players. Guys are going to be moving around. And, just be thankful that you have a good team and a very good ownership that really is trying to put some good product out there. I mean, they really are. And, back them up, which I know you will. Ice Caps fans always been. The Pee Dee Pride fans were. Just back them up on their decision and kind of see what happens before, right away saying, well, why is this? Why is that? Just
Mhm.
let's see how it rolls first, but really enjoy having a team at home because this best sport to see. And, as you can tell, I'm passionate. I love the game. Um, and it's great to have it again in the PD, and I hope it stays forever. I really do.
Same, same.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's a really, really good way to wrap things up. Just to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that it's something we've got something very, very special here, and we need to make sure
Right.
as fans that we take good care of it, we're respectful of it, and that
Mm-hmm.
we support it. Because there are going to be
Right.
seasons where they're great seasons, like this last year, and there may be some that
Yeah.
aren't as great. And it's important that we show up
Yeah.
every single season for whoever's playing and support the team.
Right. Right. At the end of the day, it's entertaining, right? As long as you got an
Absolutely.
entertaining product, at the end of the day, it's fun. It's just
That's
fun to
right.
watch either way. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I love hockey.
Yeah.
Best game ever.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Well, Alan, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you joining us today. And we look
Okay.
forward to seeing you around the Florence Center.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.